Send it.
You know, Zupan, why don't you give us the intro this time? We'll rotate every week.
You want to know what I think about that?
Yeah.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Trailer Take, Episode 2. I am joined by...
Zupan.
And Josh?
Josh, yes.
That's me.
We've all reconvened here for another Trailer Take. How are y'all doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Hot.
Hot? Is it
It's
too hot
actually
here?
very hot in here.
Hot in here is hot today, even though it's nighttime.
What was it, like 95 today?
95.
Way too fucking hot.
Really, really hot.
I was
Oh,
here
yeah.
in the house all day.
Yeah, well, congratulations.
I was in a hot trailer for half the day,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was in a hot house for the other half. So
And now we're on a hot trailer again.
it's not hot though.
It's still hot in here, actually.
Yeah, but actually, you could turn that light off. That's
Ooh, there we go. Okay,
spicy.
Yeah.
so topic of today.
Today's topic.
I wanna. This is more for me because I've been following something called Chaz. It's been going on in Seattle, and it ended recently, so I'm very sad about that.
You're sad about
You're
it.
sad that it ended.
Provided me a lot of entertainment with those. It was like a month or whatever it was going on.
Maybe a little more than a month.
Maybe a month and a half.
Almost two.
A lot of entertainment, although a lot of sadness. There's some shootings.
Yeah, a few teenagers.
Yeah.
14-year-olds lost their life.
Uh-huh.
Before we get all of that, start back from the beginning. So, protesters, rioters came into Seattle, I believe in the night, and basically took over about 6 blocks. They took over about 6 blocks and made it an autonomous zone.
Following the death of George Floyd.
Yes, this has to do with George Floyd.
Yeah.
Everything does it right now, pretty
course.
much. All goes back to that. They took over 6 blocks, and they said no police. There's a police precinct there. They took that over.
Yeah, like commandeered the police building.
All the police moved their shit out of there.
Wait, so hold on though. The police wanted to stay there, and like the chief of police over there wanted everyone to stay. The mayor ordered them to leave, though. Was part of it.
Yeah,
Yes.
the mayor of
Yeah,
Seattle
there it
was totally fine with it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Which is absurd.
Yeah, but she might be just concerned about police safety, I guess. But I don't know. They can
Police
handle
officers would
themselves.
get upset about it.
But yeah.
Oh yeah, because of Chaz, since they didn't have the East Precinct, police calls, 911 calls are taking like 3 times as long to respond, at least to get there.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Because not only do you have the precinct is just out, they also have to drive around those 6 blocks.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how to get to somewhere on the other side? You have to drive around it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or imagine if someone's dying inside.
Oh, we'll get to
Well,
that.
Yeah,
we'll get there.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Pretty quickly,
Oh,
once it
man.
started, there was no leadership. So a SoundCloud rapper, Warlord.
I thought he wasn't a SoundCloud rapper. I thought that was a meme.
There's a
Definitely
lot of
rapper.
misinformation around him, but
It's probably a SoundCloud.
the idea of a SoundCloud rapper taking over
We'll go with
6
that.
city blocks in Seattle is just
Yeah.
hilarious. to
Fine.
me.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's on Sound.
Oh yeah.
Oh, probably. I mean, we're on SoundCloud.
We are on SoundCloud, ladies and gentlemen. The trailer
That's right.
take is on SoundCloud.
Among
yes.
other things.
Like everywhere.
Lots of things.
What's going
Oh
on?
god. So the news and stuff showed up there, and they only showed Chaz during the daytime. Because during the daytime, it almost looks like an arts festival. Just people going in and out. People got their dogs there. They took over. It was part of a park that they also took over. People would gather there, and there'd be music playing. People had
Every
children
time
there.
I saw a video of something in there. I just saw people who looked like they were crazed and drugged out of their mind walking
Well,
around.
there's those people too,
I
but
think that almost all of them were like that.
And you got those kind of people where we
oh,
live.
there's
Druggies everywhere.
once you walk in, just the aura of weed. Just you
I'm
can
not
smoke
talking
anywhere
about
on there.
weed. I'm not talking about
Oh no, yeah, but like weed's legal there. They changed the name from Chaz to Chop, not too long because you can't really be an autonomous zone.
Then did they name that, by the way, after Kung Flu? Why exactly did they name it that?
Chaz stands for Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone.
Okay.
Chop
Chop.
stands for. Do you remember?
Capitol Hill. I don't
I'm
remember.
running a blank.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I can look it up, but but they can't be an autonomous zone if you have the city coming in to help you because where are you going to go to the bathroom? So they brought in porta potties for them.
Yeah.
But everyone there's too lazy. No one would change them, so they had to bring people from the city back to change the porta potties for them.
Oh,
And you also had big corporations going in there, like Dippin' Dots had a Dippin' Dots stand.
that's dude. Okay, I'm sold now. Actually,
Now
My
this
opinion
is
goes
capitalism.
180.
Dippin' Dots is pretty good.
Dippin' Dots is there. I'm there.
If Dippin' Dots is willing to do that, that's max capitalism. Like, oh yes, I see part of our country is now an autonomous zone. I can sell there.
Part of Chaz, there's like it's like a bunch of tables set around, and it's a bunch of just random food, medicine, water supplies, and it's for anyone can take it. It's for the people of Chaz, of course. But some people would take too much, and they would run out. And they had a list of things that they wanted people to donate to them, among food, water, cigarettes, lighters,
Mhm.
probably for the weed as well.
What about the business extortion going on over there? I heard like the businesses that were trapped inside were forced to pay money to stay open.
I didn't hear anything about that.
That's what I heard.
It's pretty spicy.
Yeah.
I believe it though. I mean, this is just another failed example of
Whoa,
communism.
whoa.
What?
Look at the first.
Oh, what?
No, you put what does in Google, and the first autofill result was CHOP stand for. The
Yeah.
thing we were just talking about.
Google's listening. They're
Mhm.
always
We
listening.
could talk about that for a whole episode.
Yeah, that's a whole.
That's a whole rabbit hole.
How Chaz became Chop. Please freeze them.
Wait, go back up. Go.
What?
Capitol Hill occupied protest. Okay,
Okay,
that's what
okay.
CHOP's.
Okay.
Okay.
Chaz is a strictly better name, and it will go down in history as Chaz, probably.
Why would you change your name at any point through that? By the way.
So because they're not an autonomous zone, they relied on outside influence for help, so they
Yeah.
couldn't call themselves an autonomous zone.
Funny they'll admit that.
I wonder why the
It is
UN didn't. I wonder why they didn't get into the UN. I surely sent out an email.
So let's listen. We were talking about kind of the more brighter, kind of comedical side about that. Let's talk about the deaths that have been related to it, though.
Yes, as funny as the idea of Chaz and watching events unfold was, it was pretty sad to see some of the events that transpired there. I think over the course of its existence, there were 6 shootings. One of
Sounds
the
right.
first shootings that happened, police couldn't get in there because there's all these people that hate police there. They wouldn't let them in. They would yell at them, try to keep them out.
Uh-huh.
And since police couldn't get in there to make sure it was safe, an ambulance couldn't get in there to save the guy's life, so he died.
Yeah. I actually saw a video of that guy's dad talking on TV about that.
Really? What did he say?
He was really upset that they had basically just stopped the police officer and the paramedics from entering on time. They showed him a video of them actually being stopped. He didn't even know about that. He was like, whoa. And he was really just all trying to spin it into a positive. He was talking about how sad it was with his son. He cried on TV. It was very sad. But also, what he was saying is that something good needs to come out of this now that my son died.
Right.
So I am 100% agreement with that. His son wasn't like about the protest as far as he was saying, is that he was just like a really impressionable kid because he had like some mental issues that the dad didn't go into.
Mm-hmm.
But he said he was a really nice kid. He was just kind of willing to go along with stuff, and it ended up killing him. And personally, I think that the people who managed Chaz or Cop, whatever you want to call it, all the head people, and anyone we find out that they were involved in stopping the police and paramedics should face either murder charges or manslaughter charges.
Mm-hmm.
Because stopping a police officer or a paramedic is a serious crime, and it resulted in a death.
Yeah.
Well, multiple deaths, most likely. I think that other times, this happened multiple times. I think.
No, definitely.
So, I totally agree. I saw another video of police trying to come in during the day. It was just 2 officers. They had to get into the precinct to grab something. Sorry. And a couple people, I don't think they're official Chaz security. I don't think there is official Chaz security, but they kind of try to usher them in because they just had to get in to get something. A huge mob quickly forms around them and starts yelling like, "What the fuck are you doing here, pigs?" All that. And like, oh, they just got to get something, man. They just got to get something, you know? And it turned into this whole fucking like debate between people trying to usher them in and everyone else in Chaz saying they can't go in there when all they had to do was just grab something. They were very anti-police there. I don't know. Maybe they left like some documents.
Doesn't matter. Maybe some documents or a laptop or
Something really boring. Yeah.
something
irrelevant.
Yeah, I'm sure we would have heard if it was like weaponry or something.
Oh,
that
yeah.
we forgot.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be bad.
Whatever weaponry was in there was probably already stolen.
Well, they probably took it all.
So
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
something else really sad. The last deaths in Chaz were, I think, two 14-year-old boys. I believe they were both African American as well.
Yeah.
It was a drive-by shooting. Something happened. I don't know the full situation, but Chaz security came on the scene to check what was going out. We talked about their LARP police in the last episode. They're not real police. They're terrible at their job.
Yeah.
But on security camera footage, you can hear gunfire, supposedly from the Chaz police, and you can clearly hear one of them say, "Oh, you're not dead, huh?" And then another gunshot.
Yeah.
That's their security. That's the
Yeah.
people's security.
It's
don't-
hilarious.
We don't need police.
I mean, it's sad, but it's hilarious, the concept of we're going to take over this zone and then, because we hate police, and then establish a police force.
Listen,
And
police
borders.
don't need training. They're too militarized. Therefore, what we're going to do is we're going to establish this zone. Anyone can be a law enforcement and whatever weapon they want.
Makes total sense.
It makes
Yeah.
infinite sense. No body cams on them.
No, don't even.
Oh, here's another kicker. Police tried to go in and investigate the car where the boys died in, but they can't do anything because people in Chaz got into the car and stole shit. All the evidence, the crime scene is completely tampered, so they literally just can't do anything.
Mhm.
They can't get any leads, so we might
Sad.
not ever know who really killed these guys.
Yeah.
Almost certainly won't ever get to know that.
Yep, and
It's real sad that people died because of this Chaz thing.
Yeah.
more deaths from
uncalled for.
communism.
Yeah.
Well, just good old George Soros at work.
I saw a video. I was talking to Josh about this. This man was live streaming inside there, and he was stopped by the Chad LARP police, and they approached him because it looked like his pin was like a policeman or something, and they thought he was a cop or something. So they tried to smack the camera out of his hand. Excuse me. And the guy's yelling, "No, no, 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 no! It's like a animal rescue pin or something."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh,
It's an animal hospital.
yeah." So, move along, move along. Can you imagine if a cop did that?
Yeah. Cops like, I don't like that.
Stormtrooper.
Biden slaps your phone out of your hand, threatens you with a fucking AR strapped to the side.
Yep.
The
Real nice.
the Warlord SoundCloud rapper, whatever. There's a video of him bringing people up to the trunk of his car. He wanted to arm some people for security.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, I got AR-15, AK-47. Anyone trained with these weapons?" And one guy who looks like he's barely even 18, he might even be under 18, is like, "Oh yeah, I got it." And like they just hand him an AR-15
That's nice.
already loaded.
Well, he's great.
That's
Well, he says that
it's illegal in Washington, which is funny because
he's probably under 18.
you have to go through. I believe in Washington, just like California, you have to go through a dealer to have a private party firearms transfer. So just handing someone a gun and saying this is yours now is illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to mention it's an assault weapon.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, Washington has an assault weapon ban. That's a quote unquote assault weapon.
Yeah.
That's
That's pretty much the
another-
bigger issue
yeah.
there, yeah.
So
An
double,
AR-15 is?
like in California.
But
It's
can
a
you
normal.
Can you have one in California though?
Well, yeah, if you make it cupped, featureless,
Oh
with
yeah.
a fixed magazine. If you what's the
Mutilate.
word? Mutilate the rifle, yeah.
Oh,
But a normal AR-15 in the rest of the country is a quote unquote assault weapon in California and Washington and New York and New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
That's more than 0 states.
To try to
So that's a
make
problem.
That's why I don't like drink beer. I just keep burping. See, here comes another one.
I'm sure listeners love hearing that.
Oh yeah.
I might cut that out.
It might not be picked up on the mic because we're trying to use RTX voice this time.
Alright.
Probably not.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Chaz tried to become a bit more sustainable, so they tried putting a garden together.
Oh yeah, the Chaz Garden. That one real well.
I haven't
Yeah,
heard
I'm
about
gonna
this
pull
at all.
the picture.
This sounds
Hopefully,
hilarious.
Josh can edit in.
You didn't know
a
about this?
picture.
No, they couldn't have been open long enough to see any
Well,
see that label
exactly.
fruit. So
But yeah, they had a Chaz community garden where they're trying to plant crops. Guerrilla gardening. That's kind of
what's up with that set? I mean, what's going on there? There's just like sadness to it.
Oh, that's a good
It's
image.
just
Oh,
it's a really pathetic
I could
garden.
definitely do better. Whoa, that's on carp.
It is on cardboard. So
Yeah.
that's actually a legitimate technique. Is you're trying to kill the grass that's under it. So you put the cardboard there.
Yeah,
But
I mean, you could just like sprinkle hay around or something. But the
yeah.
plant is on cardboard.
Yes.
Yeah, but
I don't know about that.
in this image here, hopefully we can pull it up. No, people aren't even watering it. The plants were just dying.
Yeah.
It's like a sad excuse for a garden.
It is
No
really
way it can
sad.
be sustainable and feed everyone there.
In the Chaz top garden.
And they started segregating the gardens. Like this one says, this garden is for Black and indigenous folks and their plant allies.
Wow, where's the white one at?
Yeah, where's the white garden?
Where's the all?
So what happens if a white person tries to get plants
Well,
out
I
here?
imagine they'd be shot. I mean,
Yeah.
what else would happen?
Oh, jeez.
So, I also like to point out that their garden actually looks better than the other garden. It has like it's like gated off. Looks kind of nice.
Yeah, but there are no plants.
Yeah,
It's like no plants, no one's
technically,
watching
it'll play, but
Yeah.
like it looks like they're not growing in cardboard. Like,
It's grown on cardboard.
oh yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Again, because of the grass.
No, I feel like there's better ways to do it if they weren't so lazy. But
Yeah, that's the thing, is everyone there is lazy. No one wants to change out the porta potties or
Water the garden.
water the garden or do fucking anything. So,
Why are they planting a weed here?
I
Probably.
don't see any.
That's right. Oh my god, what else? So they had tents up everywhere. Everyone's like living in tents as well.
Well, yeah.
Basically, it's a homeless community.
Yeah.
Oh, and they
except
have
for more drugs.
More
They-
drugs. Yeah,
they
pretty much.
had a beach as well.
What?
Each one?
And here we go.
I
Here's the
didn't know
image.
about this.
So there's like a little
Oh.
waterway next to the park.
Oh.
And here's the photo. This is
I
pretty
wouldn't
good.
get in that water. That would be
No,
gross.
that's Jesus Christ.
You're allowed to graffiti anywhere. So all the
course.
city blocks are just covered in graffiti.
Imagine that.
That's nice.
Art festival, right?
Hmm.
Oh god.
Festival.
Well, that's what the mayor called it.
Yeah,
She
well,
just turned a blind eye. She's like, "Oh, it's just
mhm.
It's
just an
about
art
love
festival.
and art. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Oh, how many people died? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
art festival."
So let's talk about the mayor of Seattle and how she's fine with the Chaz thing until they came up to her fucking doorstep.
So,
you pull up a picture of her.
Yeah.
Oh, the mayor
Pull up a
of
picture
Seattle.
of the- picture of the
yes,
mayor.
I just
Of
want
course.
a picture of this mayor.
It is.
Okay, well,
This woman.
yeah,
She looks like a Karen.
Yeah, she's got the Karen cut, dude.
she definitely looks like a Karen.
Jenny Durkin.
Yeah. So she kind of just turned a blind eye to this. To the governor. Trump even said, "Hey, governor of Washington, if you guys need help clearing out this whole Chaz thing,
Yeah,
I can like bring in some feds
but
and
even like
get this
other
done
things,
today."
like other states have talked to him about that too. He's like, "Wow, you have riots in your streets, there's fires everywhere. There's like 4 dead kids a day.
Hmm.
If you guys want, looks like you can't keep this under control. I will bring in the military. You just have to ask." And
did
they're like,
that.
"No, we won't ask because they don't think they're gonna get reelected."
Mm,
I think anyone that pays attention cares more that you let people die. And you let the
exactly.
economy tank.
Exactly.
hmm
The whole big mess up in Seattle.
Yeah, I think that Trump probably didn't want to be seen as like a radical military president and just bring in all the military. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he's like, oh, if you
Yeah.
want to just have.
Yeah, so
You're reasonable.
I think he's kind of like putting the ball in their court, and it's like,
Yeah.
he said that he knows what's going on in there is wrong. And to me, from like a morality standpoint, I kind of blame Trump because he should just move in at this point. It's
Mhm.
getting. I mean, there's still a lot of areas that I think he should just move in on. But at the same time, I mean, if their leadership won't even say that they need help,
Then
it's definitely more on them.
it definitely.
Yeah.
This is absurd.
What's this
Yeah.
picture for doing these like live long and prosper thing on the bottom left? You see that? That's the Star Trek live long and prosper thing.
Oh
What's
wow!
going
Holy
on
shit!
there?
Okay,
I've never seen that
I can't
before.
do
We'll
it
use
that
that.
well. I
We'll
can't
use
even
that
do
as
that
a
well.
You can't do that?
That's crazy. No, like not that well though.
Save that.
You do it that well.
Yeah.
You can do it that well. Let me
It's pretty
see.
easy. Pretty easy to do. Oh,
I
so
think
yeah,
she
the
does it way
mayor.
better.
What do you mean? What is?
Dude, we see that angle?
What angle?
Look how much more angled that is.
I think you're
Uh,
crazy.
No, that's way more space.
Doesn't matter.
There's a huge gap. It's
Okay.
a much larger gap.
Freaking on top.
Well, she probably has longer fingers than me, so it looks
Right,
like
she's
a
probably
one gap.
goblin.
I have short fingers.
That's true.
Yeah, so
That's fair.
she didn't care. She turned a blind eye
Yep.
to all this until Black Lives Matter protesters marched up to her front door,
Mhm.
demanding defund the police, put more money into poor communities. Which, if you walk into Chaz, there's a sign that says, "We will not leave until our demands are met." the police are defunded, money is put into poor communities, and it's something else similar along those lines.
Free college.
Free college.
Probably something like that.
That was free college.
Maybe my $20, I don't know, something like that.
Oh.
But yeah, once they walked up, she's like, "All right, this is getting a little out of hand. Now that I'm in danger, I should probably do something." So she made an
Yep.
executive order the next morning for the police to come in at like 5 a.m. and start warning people, "Hey, leave. If you don't leave, you're gonna get arrested." She even had some feds come in and help, and then they made a police line with their bikes, and they just pushed through each street, pushing everyone out.
Let me stop you right here and just comment on how disgusting that is.
What?
Like, it's honestly gross that she will allow parts of her city to just be fucked.
Oh,
And
yeah, yeah.
people lived in Chaz that weren't a part of it. They weren't happy about it.
Mhm.
I saw one guy who was like, "Yeah, I can't sleep at night. I just stand in front next to my door with a gun
Yeah.
because they're just looting houses and burning our shit down, and no one's coming to help me. Like, I need to sleep,
Yep.
please."
Yeah.
The media
And
never showed
she
Chaz
didn't
at night.
do anything until they finally marched to her door. I don't think that there should be any single person from any political mind on her side anymore. I think she's a traitor to everyone at this point.
Yeah, it does seem that way.
No, I agree. Yes, from the executive order, police came in and cleared everyone out, I think, by the middle of the day. Then by the next night, rioters tried taking the city back. So now police, I think even still, they're having that whole place just heavily guarded. Have police
Still?
just patrol, yeah, because like they keep trying to take it back.
Yeah. Well, they're not gonna.
They had by the end of the day they removed all the blockades so the streets could be opened up so
Mhm.
people could drive through.
Let's talk
Kind of
about the
clean off the
blockade
graffiti.
for
Yeah,
a second here. The first thing that Chaz does is establish strict borders.
Yeah. That's the first thing to do with strict border control.
you have a nation unless
The
you have
first thing
borders.
they do is
Yeah.
build the wall. They built the
They
wall,
literally
guys.
build the wall.
The wall was built first at Chaz.
Yep. And then they
And-
establish a quasi police force.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They had funny note I just remembered. Saw a picture in that center area where you could just grab food or water or anything you need because communism, whatever. They had a bowl with Ziploc baggies with liquid in it, and it said free Sprite. Ziploc
What?
baggies of free Sprite that anyone could just grab.
Why is Ziploc?
Ziploc baggies of free Sprite.
Maybe they just didn't have like cups or something they could give out to people. I don't know. They want somebody to steal it.
It's ludicrous.
Dude, are you serious?
Yeah, so now they're just cleaning up those blocks so they could have it
All
back
right, well,
to normal now.
That's the lesson right there. Next time anything like this happens, bring your own cup.
Yeah, exactly. Bring your own cup.
Yeah, you should probably bring your own cup.
What's that? Bring a big gulp.
Yeah,
There we go.
the mega gulp.
Uh-huh.
Just fill it with Sprite.
Well,
I
after-
I feel a lot of resentment towards them for not just the people of Chaz, but also a lot of this, not all of it, but a lot of the Black Lives Matter protests. Anything that's been violent or detrimental, also destroying like history and all those like awesome artwork that you
Oh
made.
yeah.
I feel like there's been so much death and so much money and so much culture and history just lost
No, yeah.
because of people funding them. And it's funny to me that the establishment completely backs them, yet they're supposed to be the anti-establishment, like populist party.
So other cities saw Chaz and kind of wanted to do it themselves. So Portland, Oregon, I think was the next one to try to establish a Chaz. From what I've seen, it quickly was shut down. Like the police even tweeted out, declaring a civil disturbance and unlawful assembly from the Northwest 11th Street to Northwest Park Avenue, Northwest Irving South to Northwest Everett Street. If you do not live inside a dwelling area in this area, leave immediately to the west. If you do not leave, you are subject to arrest or use of force. So they just saw
And then they left.
And yeah,
And they
look
left.
how easy that was, ladies and gentlemen.
It was literally a tweet from the police.
Yeah, police like
Hey,
no.
we're going to arrest you if you don't get rid of this.
Yeah.
Disturbance.
But it's because they were allowed to have
Yeah.
that position. Because the police in the Chaz area, they didn't want to leave. They wanted to tweet this. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they wanted to be like, yeah, we'll arrest you if you throw things at us and try and be violent and cause problems. You know, it's not peaceful
It's
protest.
almost like the police job is to keep the peace.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Table almost fell over. All right. Yeah. So, Chaz.
So Chaz is now officially disbanded, if you will.
It seems so. I
Right.
don't think this will be the last we'll see something like this, though.
I don't know about that.
I think I don't know. Like it ended, and that's good, but I feel like this isn't the last of this.
Maybe in the future.
I feel like in the future, if something else like another George Floyd happens, I feel like this could easily happen again.
That's the thing. There's always going to be something that like they can point at and say, "Look, racism over here. Let's riot." Like there's millions of people here. Like even if they're not racist or even if they are, point is you're always going to find something you can criticize and burn a city down into.
True.
I think, Josh, you said a really good quote when Chaz first happened, and I was like, "What are they gonna do? Are they gonna like try to? We need to like this is like terrible, you know?"
Mm-hmm.
And you said a very inspiring quote: "Don't interrupt your enemies when they make a mistake."
Oh,
Love
yeah.
that.
That is a classic
I really like
quote.
that
That's a
quote.
really good.
Don't
quote.
interrupt your enemy when he's making a mistake. That's that.
This was
I
a
don't-
huge mistake on the part of Black Lives Matter and other protesters. I think they just embarrassed themselves here. I think this was just a complete
I
embarrassment.
think so. They
The
just
world-
couldn't pull it off.
They said the world was watching, and it was, and
Mhm.
it was laughing.
Very hard.
And I'm going to raise my beer, say goodbye to Chaz. You were
Rip.
you were a
You were a good
beautiful and disgusting meme. May you burn in hell. I think we're gonna take a quick short break here.
All right.
And we are back. Part 2. And this next subject I'm not too well informed on, so you guys are going to educate me here, and I'm just going to be looking stuff up, trying to find more information about this.
So I'm just going to start us off, and I'll hand
Pizza.
it over to you, my friend Josh. So I know 4th of July may have been canceled for a lot of us.
Mm.
And let me just assure you that with this Maxwell thing going on, there will be more fireworks.
Mm.
I'd like to hand it over to you here.
All right. So, July 2nd, 2020. I don't know how to pronounce her name. We'll say Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein's girlfriend, ex-girlfriend.
Oh, like,
Ghislaine. It's pronounced not how it's spelled. She's British.
okay.
But she was arrested on July 2nd.
Hold on. I think we got to go back in time.
All right, we'll go back in time. Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
The man,
The myth.
the myth.
The legend.
Rest in peace. Jeffrey Epstein was a very, very wealthy, very well-connected man who turned out to be a human trafficker.
Yeah, that's how he was wealthy and connected.
Exactly. So Jeffrey Epstein, Wikipedia says he's a financier. That's kind of funny. But yeah, he died in 2019, right?
It was
Or late 2018.
It's actually been almost a year now.
It's been almost a year.
Really?
So yeah, Jeffrey
yeah.
Epstein.
This COVID thing really fucks up time, doesn't
It
it?
does. So
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein supposedly committed suicide in 2019.
No one believes
No one believes that. He was absolutely killed.
The first person
because
in
of his
the autopsy
connections.
said that he was killed.
That's correct. There's no way. They said that there's no way that the specific bones that were broken in his neck were due to suicide
Now,
because he was in a
correct me-
jail cell.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, but not only that, but the cameras where magically the footage was
Yeah, the
lost.
footage was quote unquote lost.
Wasn't guard in charge of guarding him at the time? Didn't he also commit suicide?
Yeah, I believe he was either killed or something happened to that guard.
Jesus.
That was because he was on suicide watch, but no one. I don't remember what happened to the guard. I feel like he was killed.
Okay.
Probably.
Jeffrey Epstein. So since the 80s was trafficking kids, he would have kids come to his apartment and things would happen for money, and he would some of those kids were employed. I don't know if you're aware. Some of those kids that he picked up, he would say, "Hey, bring some of your friends back from school,
Yeah.
and I'll pay them too." So basically, he was pimping out kids that were pimping out kids.
Yeah.
And one of them that picked up a whole bunch of her friends, she actually was charged
Now,
for human trafficking,
yeah, I heard about that. To
prostitution.
be fair, he was actually pimping out a woman who was pimping out kids who were pimping out kids.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Somebody's doing the pimping.
From what I've
Yeah.
heard, how it would basically go down is he would have this woman go out and you find
Dudes.
people that were in bad situations financially,
Yeah,
and she
exactly.
would say, "Well, hey, I know this philanthropist. He can
Mhm.
make all your dreams come true. He pays for you. You're in college now. You're living in a hotel he pays for, and suddenly he's asking you to do things that you don't want to do,
Exactly.
and you feel like if you don't do it, well, now all of a sudden I'm not going to get to go to college. I can't live here anymore.
Exactly. The implications.
The implications, exactly.
What he would do is he would take these kids and say, "Hey, you're gonna come give me a massage,"
Mhm.
and then you would flip over, and then, you know,
Yeah, a very.
Yeah.
I can't even joke. I'm not going to joke about an unhappy ending because it's actually very sad.
it is really sad how many
It's
really
kids were
depressing.
traumatized. I mean,
Yeah.
lots of them came forward. There's a Netflix documentary about it,
Yeah.
but lots of them didn't. Who knows what those kids are up to?
That's
Well,
true.
now let's not. So I believe, and I'm not 100%. You correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think the Netflix documentary went into the whole gene editing thing he was working on the island.
Gene editing? No, it didn't talk about that.
What?
So
What's
he
that?
wanted to make a clone of himself.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
I'll look this
Mhm.
up. But keep
Yeah,
talking.
try and find it. He had an area of his island that was just dedicated to trying to make a superior human. When he considered himself a
Insane.
superior human. Yeah.
Yeah,
This
he did.
man is insane.
Yeah, there it is.
Jeffrey Epstein helped to seed human race with his DNA. New York Times. Holy
Help
crap!
us. Why would it even spin it in like a white
New
mark?
York
He didn't know what was
Times.
happening. He would be unaware of what he was doing.
He helped to seed the human race with his DNA by impregnating women at his vast New Mexico ranch.
Yeah, the ranch. Yeah.
Mhm.
He had a ranch in New
Yeah,
Mexico.
He had
He
not
had
only a
all kinds of
ranch, he had all
different
kinds of
setups.
properties.
In New York, all these types of places
Yep.
where basically he'd get all his money because he'd be human trafficking for other people.
Yep.
And they would get to do their sex with the kids. Sometimes kill the kids, I've heard, but that's probably
Whoa.
going to come out later. Maybe
That hasn't been
it's
confirmed.
conjecture.
It is
It's
conjecture.
at this point.
I guess it makes sense, but the facts, as we know so far, is that he did in fact traffic children,
Yeah.
Holy shit!
and Maxwell helped out. She was a big, huge part of it. And when Epstein died, Maxwell was missing.
Yeah.
But now they've got her July 2nd, 2020. She's arrested, but she'll probably quote unquote kill herself, unfortunately.
Hold on. I'm looking at this article. Jeffrey Epstein wanted to have his penis frozen and brought back to life in the future.
Yeah.
What?
This is from Vanity Fair.
From Vanity Fair.
Yeah, there's a police interview when he was still alive, and it's kind of funny. The police are like, so here you have a, what was it called? Egg-shaped penis. Is that correct? You have allegations. Yeah, you can look that up. Epstein
God.
egg-shaped penis. Because some of the girls that came forward described it like that.
He wanted to seed humanity by impregnating 20 women
Yep.
at a time.
Yeah, Jeffrey.
This man is absolutely insane.
He's insane. But it's sad that he was killed though, because
He could've
now
squealed.
he could have squealed. That's why he was killed. Because all these elites and politicians that had been to his island and been involved would have been
So
I
exposed.
would have been fine if he got killed after he squealed.
Sure,
I have a
fine, because
problem.
he's degenerate. But,
Yeah.
I have a problem with the next part. Okay. So Maxwell
Maxwell.
has $20+ million.
Yep.
That's how much she's worth.
Yep.
Has connections, has dirt on a lot of high power, high wealth people.
Yep.
She basically has dirt on everybody. And instead of fleeing the country that wants to find her the most and going somewhere neutral where she could still live in luxury with her millions of dollars that haven't been seized yet, she instead goes and she anonymously buys $1 million house in where was she caught?
New Hampshire.
In New Hampshire, and she waits to be arrested. Now,
It's a little fishy.
at first,
Yeah.
when I heard that, I was like, "Wow, they're so arrogant that they actually think that she wouldn't get caught." And wow, they're going to be in for it right now.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to believe. I now have a completely new theory. I've never heard anybody talk about this. My theory is thus: I believe that because Trump shows up in Jeffrey Epstein's book, which
And a bunch of photos.
and photos, yeah. So basically, that book is people he has dirt on, yes, but also people that he wants to get in contact with to later get dirt on them. So
Sure.
it's possible that Trump wasn't involved. I personally think he wasn't. And what I think is going to happen here is I think that she's going to be talking about how all these different people were involved in the Pizzagate, how they all messed with little kids, and that's all going to be coming out true. But then she's also going to say that Trump was involved about 95 days out of the election, which would destroy him if he couldn't absolutely prove his innocence.
Yeah.
And I think they might be sacrificing a hand to save the army here.
Mm.
They're gonna squeal on all the lower level Pizzagate people. And I know what you're thinking. Why would all the higher level people feel like they're safe? Because if she squeals on the lower levels, they're gonna squeal up. Not really if they're threatened with death. If it's like you live in jail or you die, well, they're gonna choose jail.
Yeah.
And so say like someone really powerful, like maybe Bill Gates, who's been around Jeffrey Epstein a lot, and
Yeah.
like a lot of pictures, they've hung out personally at parties and stuff. Say he was for some reason involved, God forbid, and he had threatened people with his insane amount of money, deaths. They probably would not talk.
Probably not.
Probably not.
I
Or
mean,
there'd be like 20 suicides.
Yeah. I mean, the Clintons have been involved with Epstein. You have
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
there's photos.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorites, I'll put it up, is Bill Clinton sitting across from Jeffrey Epstein. They're both looking at the photo, the camera, just with a smug grin. It's hilarious.
God.
So you know what? The funniest thing in that whole scenario actually is Joe Biden related, because when it comes out that Jeffrey Epstein is a scumbag, he's in jail, and like all this blame is going around for anyone that's around him, Joe Biden is like, yes, I'm in pictures with him. I have never flown on his plane. And the pilot was like, well, actually, sir, I believe it was 12 times he had records for that Joe had flown on the plane. It's like, okay. It's like, okay, but
He's
that is
dead
it.
now.
But that is it. And another pilot was like, well, actually, sir, I have even more than that. And then he's like, okay, but I've never been to the island.
Okay.
And the pilots collectively are like, well, okay, but we flew you to the island, and you were on the island, and here are pictures of you on the island.
Yep.
So basically, there's two possibilities there. Either Joe Biden is so forgetful he can't remember that, and his brain is mashed potatoes. The other thing is he's a child pedo. Maybe both.
Maybe both.
I would
Either
say,
way, should he be president?
Well,
That's for you to decide.
exactly.
I'm gonna say no, but you know,
There
you
was
guys can leave it up to you.
Yeah, my vote will go in the trash no matter what.
That's true. Anyway, there was a technician on Epstein's island dealing with the infrastructure and networking and all that. You probably heard about this. So the technician was interviewed for the Netflix documentary, and he said before he in person saw Bill Clinton on the island.
Whoa,
Yeah,
You know
Yeah.
what? He
I
said
believe it.
the reason he quit, actually, I saw
he quit because of it.
Yeah, well, I saw an
Whoa.
informative thing about that where he was talking about it, and he basically mentioned that his friend was talking with him. He was like, I don't really care what's going on there. I'm not involved in it. I just get paid a lot of money to do networking and stuff. And I
Yep.
get paid a lot of money. And his friend was like, well, how old are your daughters? And he's like, 14 and 15.
Mm-hmm.
Quit the next day.
Yep, he did. He literally quit the next day after he talked with his buddy
Holy
about that.
That was like a
Shit.
total, like, epiphany. That, like,
Get
wow,
woke.
those could be my daughters.
Yeah, he's like, my
the
daughters
pool-
could be getting
Jeffrey
diddled by
Epstein.
Epstein and his posse.
Yeah.
So he quit the next day.
Nice.
Which, honestly, I feel like he's a little bit tainted for even doing it in the first place. Like, if I had shown up to Jeffrey Epstein's island and I saw that, I would have either quit or tried to get evidence to throw him in jail. Those would have been the two moves for me.
Well, the latter option gets you killed.
The latter option doesn't get your
Yeah.
death.
So
Yeah.
For the greater good.
So I probably would have
Yeah.
just, one of those two things, no matter what, not continue to work on the island. Thing is, though, is he had an epiphany. He realized that what he was doing was wrong just because he was associated with someone so evil. And for that, I mean, he does deserve a little bit of point for that.
Apparently, I was looking at this here. Maxwell has a stash of pedophile sex tapes that
Oh,
Epstein
yeah,
had that could.
they documented tons of what their dirty deeds.
Well, they're idiots because now this one you could literally use them to
Incriminate.
incriminate.
Yeah. Well,
at
the
least
thing
lead.
is they're just so
And she will use them, she says, to try to save herself, maybe to get less of a sentence.
Well, she said that she's willing to squeal, basically.
Yeah.
Listen, if she squeals and she's honest,
It's over.
Well, okay, it's over for all the people that are actually involved. I really hope my theory is wrong. I really hope we just get a whole bunch of people that are involved, like the prince, whoever, like anyone involved.
The prince was involved.
He
This
was
is
definitely
you
Really?
can't. Yeah. So the prince. There's a good photo with Epstein and the prince and
Ooh.
Maxwell in a hotel.
Oh, yes. I remember this now. Actually.
I believe it's a
Reading about
hotel
it a
or his
little bit.
apartment. He was involved. He was diddling kids with Epstein.
Well, the United States government came out and they said we want to talk to
Yeah.
you. Like, you need to fly over here.
Well, there was an interview with him, and he was like, "No,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah, I heard
no,
the interview. He just didn't
Yeah.
A lot of regrettable decisions. It's like, sir, you lived in a summer house on the island.
Yeah.
I made a lot of regrettable decisions.
Mhm.
Honestly, why did he
Yeah.
even agree to do that? First of all, why did he
I
even do
don't-
the documentary? Like, he should have been like
Lots of
hiding in a castle.
he
somewhere.
should have been. And Epstein's lawyer was in the documentary. He was getting real defensive, and he's like, "No one said anything."
Didn't do
Yeah.
nothing.
The lawyer is lawyer. The things that his lawyer knows, oh my god,
So,
I can only imagine.
Seen it all.
Here's my opinion, though. And I don't know if you guys agree with me. Maxwell, if she does squeal, her life, and she squeals correctly, like they're big people that go down,
Yeah,
her life will definitely be in jeopardy. Probably already is.
it already is.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And there will be people that want her dead if they squeal on them. So what I think should happen personally is we should just give her a deal where she lives in a house for the rest of her life and she squeals everybody out. I'd
That'd
be
be
okay
awesome.
with it. Like the original El Capo thing, except like we actually get something out of it.
Exactly.
I see what I found here. She apparently hired a lawyer who helped take down El Chapo.
I didn't even read that. How did that happen?
So that's
I
that was
said El Capo, and I was like, no,
I've had the article up.
well,
here for
this
like 20
article came
minutes.
out today.
5 hours ago. It was published.
Joaquin Guzman. What's the lawyer's name? Scroll down.
It's Christian
Christian
Everdell.
Everdell.
Christian Everdell's the lawyer, I think. No. Name.
If you try and find that name, we'll continue while you're doing that.
You guys keep talking. I'll look.
So I think that there's a long list of people that are going to go down from this, and I think there's a lot of bad people that are going to
Oh,
be
yeah.
gone. I definitely don't trust Maxwell though. I think she could definitely
You don't
say to
trust her?
people,
You don't trust her?
No, not at all.
So
And what I mean is she could rat out a lot of people
Yeah.
who are not actually involved, who she's
Well-
been instructed to. Like she could be ratting out the low level Pizzagate people that nobody cares about,
Sure.
and also saying that like Trump, etc., are involved if they're not. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
If he's involved, like I want to do that, but I honestly don't think so. Does anyone think that he is?
like the thing is
Yeah.
like
I do.
Epstein met with a lot of people. He had a lot of influence. He had a lot of connections. But just because he met with some of these people doesn't mean that they were like in this deep with the Pizzagate.
Yeah,
Like
you might
Trump-
not even know.
Like there's plenty of people I'm sure that he met with and he offered them to be a part of this and he just declined and they would just decline.
Yeah.
And that's
You know-
possible, but I don't know.
Well, Trump takes pictures with like everybody. So I don't
Yeah,
think
but
that people
Trump
should-
took a lot of photos with Epstein.
There's a lot of photos. of Epstein.
There's a good photo with him and Epstein and Maxwell and his wife.
So Maxwell's in like a lot of photos
Ivanka.
with Epstein, though. I don't know. To me, okay, why do you think? What do you think is damning that Trump is probably involved?
Trump and Epstein were buddies when they were younger. Look at that. That's the one.
Yep. Wow.
Look how Maxwell isn't looking at the camera. She's the only one not looking at the camera.
Yeah.
We'll see if I can put that up.
Don't you dare say that's a web P.
Ooh, I gotta go to the
Now
stores.
that's
Okay. So
Anyway, so you asked me why I think
Yeah.
Trump is involved. Trump has taken a lot of photos with Epstein there. Trump is quoted being buddy-buddy with Maxwell. There's a good quote. Actually, let me pull this up on my phone.
Okay.
Real quick.
Here's another photo, even
Hilarious.
older, 1992.
Yeah, the 90s.
Wow.
Look at that. Here's a Trump quote. I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It's even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. No doubt about it, Jeffrey enjoys the social life, Donald Trump.
Okay,
Well,
so I'm gonna
that's not good.
try and defend that though. I'm gonna
Sure.
ask here. So
Okay.
first of all,
Like, well, I'd like to state
Epstein,
for the record,
um,
I'm not particularly anti-Trump, but it seems kind of obvious that he
Like, I'm
loves
I'm
Epstein,
not
at least on the
really
internet.
Trump either.
So-
I've been supportive of him for a bit, but this
Oh.
is pretty bad.
hold on. I consider myself a very good character, and when he says that, okay, he's a fun guy to be around, he likes to party, and he likes younger women. Okay, so
Yeah.
if you just hear that, it's a little on the scummy side, but it's not like, oh wow, like this is Pizzagate, until you realize that that's Jeffrey Epstein he's talking about.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: Jeffrey Epstein, of course, likes younger women.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, obviously.
Yeah, but
So
why
if
does
he's gonna-
Trump know that?
Hold on. So if he's gonna be with someone legally, like they're gonna be at a party where there's a bunch of women there and they're all having sex, and it's not like Pizzagate related, Epstein is probably gonna be with like 18-year-old or 19-year-old, which is disgusting, but at the same time, that would be what he would be doing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So when Trump says he likes younger women,
Yeah.
he didn't say younger girls, he said younger women.
Is that what he said?
Pull back up the quote. Let's put it for the record.
Pull back up.
So, to me, rich
He
businessmen
likes beautiful women as much as I do, many of them on the younger side. Yes, he does say women
on the younger side.
on the younger side.
Detective Zupa.
That seems like a little sly jab at Jeffrey's business, if you will.
Yeah,
I think Trump definitely knew.
I think Trump did not know.
All right.
I consider myself a good judge of character. When I look at Epstein, I get creeped out. When I look at Trump, I get like, yeah, good feelings. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think that he's like not involved in that. He's done things on record that were so good that I don't think that he's that type of person. I read about when you guys hear about when he was saw someone being like harassed for something that had a bat, and he like charged with the guy with the bat, and the guy ran away.
Wait, who?
Trump.
Oh, really?
Trump was
Really?
in the back of the limo, and he looked over and he saw a dude who was getting harassed by someone else with a bat, and he ran over to the guy. The dude ran away, and the guy was okay.
Okay.
Another story that I read about that made me feel good about him was basically this woman had called him, and the story is this: basically, on their farm with her husband, they'd been in debt to the bank. It was a huge debt. So basically, the husband killed himself to collect the life insurance money to pay the debt, but it wasn't enough, so the bank was going to foreclose.
Okay.
So she calls Trump and she's like, "Hey, just help me." You know what I mean? Trump's not president; he's nowhere near that. We're talking a long time ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like 90s,
I think
80s.
so. I think it was 90s. Yeah.
All right.
So basically, he's like, "Okay." He calls the bank and he's like, "Okay, if you guys don't forgive this debt, I'm going to try to get you guys prosecuted for murder because you drove him to kill himself."
Mm.
So they're like, "Okay, we'll call you right back." Okay, yeah, we're gonna forgive the debt. He does stuff like that and makes me. Is that?
Oh my God!
That's Elon Musk
Is it a real
with
photo?
Maxwell. I bet. It's a real
Holy
photo.
shit! I have not seen that before.
Here's the thing: when you hit this elite status, with
Oh
all this
my
money,
God!
when you get all this money in this elite status,
Yeah.
you're gonna be around in the same parties a lot.
I guess.
It's like
I
there's like 500 people that have reached this status on Earth, and there's parties all around the world that they go to.
Yeah.
So they're going to be at the same parties, and yes, these guys were elevated that status because they child traffic for other people in that status. But it makes sense. You're gonna have a lot of photos where they're together.
Wow. There's just so many pictures of him with like all these celebrities.
Is the prince down there
I just
above
thought
that?
of
Prince Andrew?
I just thought of
Down.
if Ivanka wasn't my daughter, I'd probably be dating her.
Literally skipped the only one that I was
Oh.
talking about. That's the prince.
Oh, okay.
And
Probably
there's
that's why.
Epstein.
Like,
Prince Andrew.
Prince
there we go.
Andrew. He's dealing kids. Look up Prince Andrew Epstein. Let's see if you can find the photo.
this is all pretty.
Google doesn't want you to type that.
Google really doesn't want us to know. Yeah.
That's a more recent one. Yeah.
that's when he was old.
There's an older.
Got fat.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Ooh.
That's
This is the
Maxwell
one.
and the prince
Okay.
and one of the little girls that he was dealing with. That was like one of the big ones.
Yep, I remember this part.
She could be 19, but I don't
No,
think
she
so.
was 14 at the time.
She looked
Go
under
click
18.
that is a 14-year-old. Click that one. Yeah, look at that.
Oh yeah, when you see the
She's under
the
18 for
physical
sure.
body, yeah,
Mhm. She's
under
very young.
18. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just saw the face.
She's 14 or 16 when that happened, but that was one of like Epstein's favorites, and she was like going to go to school and everything, and Epstein's gonna pay for it, etc.
It's so gross.
It's so gross, dude.
It's gross. It pisses me off.
It's yeah.
Mhm.
People like heads need to roll for this. Like seriously,
I mean,
people need
Epstein.
to.
hope so.
Epstein
Epstein's
got
not enough.
killed.
Listen,
Ugh.
if it wasn't Epstein, it would have been somebody else. I'm not defending Epstein
Yeah.
because Epstein needs to like burn. Definitely.
Well, he's dead. It's
Yeah.
over.
I'm religious. I think he's burning right now.
Probably.
The point being, though, that he's not even the main problem.
No.
He got what he deserved. He's not
Yeah.
the main problem. The only shred of good thing he could ever done about it was rat people out. They killed him
Before he could do that.
before he could do that. So,
True.
I mean,
True.
it needs to come out, and it will. Stay tuned.
Hopefully, I mean, stay tuned for possible Maxwell squeal, but I really don't think it's gonna happen.
I'm
for sure.
No
praying.
way she's
I'm
gonna get
hoping.
Dude, she's
If-
in the
if she-
prison that Epstein was at right
If
now.
she gets
I know.
killed, it will just like it will. Everyone
Yeah.
knows Epstein was killed, but if this happened,
But
like
twice?
if it happens twice in a row, then like there's absolutely zero
Come
doubt
on.
about
Here's
it.
the thing. Everyone knows Epstein didn't kill himself. We haven't done anything. If it happens again, it's going to be like concreted that these are
That
murders.
someone
But
is
are we
killing
going
these
to
people.
do anything?
Sure, I don't
Who's
know,
going to do
maybe.
anything about that?
What can you do? Like,
What?
we don't know. We know that Epstein didn't kill himself. We don't know who killed him.
The witnesses are dead, and there's
Yep.
hundreds of billionaire suspects.
Yep.
Good luck.
Good luck. They got more money than
They got more money than God.
God.
They
I
could
say,
buy the United States.
Let's get the
right
guillotine.
Yeah, but like,
Built the Bill Clinton's
now. Hell,
house.
that's true.
Guillotine.
yeah, go
we
fuck
didn't,
Bill
go-
Clinton.
we didn't have royalty in our presence. It seemed going right. We bust out the guillotine.
That's right, Prince Andrew.
Prince Andrew,
You
come
did
on
it.
down. We saved a seat just for
Just for you,
you.
Prince. And you see the pictures with him right before Epstein died. And he's old and he's pissed. Look at the guys go back up. I like that one. Look at him, he's all upset. Epstein's like, "Yeah, we fucked up, dude. Man, oh, they
This
know."
could have gone better.
I'm sure after Epstein
Ooh.
died, all the elite were just sleeping soundly at night. But I think right now,
Oh yeah.
they're at least a little bit scared.
If I was Prince Andrew right now, I'd be pretty sweaty.
See, hold on.
With
I was
Maxwell in
Clinton,
custody.
now I'd be sweaty.
Oh yeah.
Even
Here's
Trump.
what I still don't understand. All these rich people, and they let her stay in. Where was she going to start?
New Hampshire. I think
In
she
New
was found in New Hampshire.
She was in
Is it-
America. She had bought a house for $1 million.
Huge.
She might just be stupid.
I don't know. When you're the right hand, arguably the most important part of a worldwide human trafficking ring,
Mhm.
you're not stupid. You're not stupid.
So
You're a bad person.
to me,
You're not stupid.
listen, I've talked to a couple people about it. A couple people have told me that maybe she was scared to leave the United States because she didn't want to get killed, which maybe. But honestly, she could have blackmailed some people, been like, "Hey, if I die, this comes out about you.
Yeah,
I
right.
want to go to
Let's go the X location. Here's
Yeah.
here's the thing: is that when Epstein was
vote."
yeah, exactly, when Epstein was captured or in custody right before he died, Maxwell went missing.
Yeah.
And between then and now, there have been reported sightings of Maxwell across the globe. Yeah, and then she's found in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
In a multi-million-dollar mansion.
I didn't even think about that.
It's weird.
What if he actually was all throughout the world, and they're like, "Hey, we need you to get caught so that you can say blank," which I think is lie about Trump being involved,
Mm-hmm.
and do that, rat out all these low-level people, and just totally blow out the election. I think that's what's going to happen. But the argument for why she should be in America, the only argument that ever made sense is people wanted her dead.
Sure.
Here's the thing, though. She says she has evidence for all the people she's going to rat
Mhm.
out.
Yeah.
Which would mean,
Yeah.
if she's going to rat out Trump,
Uh-huh.
she probably has evidence against him.
Well, okay, is the evidence, look, he's in the Black Book, because the Black Book...
No,
Well,
no,
Black
I
Book's
feel
been
like-
released.
If the Black Book's been released, I feel like that wouldn't be substantial evidence.
That's not evidence. It's
I mean,
That
it's
means-
circumstantial for sure.
sure.
Yeah.
But the Black Book's just names and addresses. It's not
Yeah.
oh, this Trump did kids. No, it's just Trump's on
Yeah.
there.
So, if I don't...
It's not that
Basically,
stupid. it's just
basically, if
not
I
stupid.
don't
right.
see... If there's not video evidence that Trump is into this, I pretty much won't believe
Yeah.
Okay.
it. Like, because there have been so many lies.
Oh yeah.
like the Russia thing.
Well, it's bigger than Trump.
Everyone in the world,
Yeah. It is bigger.
the global, the European Union, everyone wants to see Trump fail.
Yeah.
It's true. Why?
Everyone wants to see America fail.
It's
Yeah.
because the thing is, Trump is America first.
Yeah.
They want
Yep.
that to fail. They want that idea to fail.
There's just so many.
Wealthy
It's depressing.
elites that are involved with Epstein.
Yeah.
If only you knew.
Well, I
Bad
remember,
things
I remember
will
talking
occur.
to you, Josh, and I remember you were kind of pessimistic on the fact that now that Epstein's dead, it's pretty much over. You know what I mean?
I
actually
was
remember-
pessimistic.
I remember giving you the hypothetical that what if someone came out right now with all of his videos and something and released it? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? This could be that.
This could be it.
This could be that. I hope it is. I hope that everyone actually involved gets a very hefty sentence in this life and the next. And I believe that this is the best way to do it. I just hope that it's just so fishy to me. It just seems like bait. It seems like bait.
Yeah, it's fishy.
I agree. We'll have to see how this transpires.
We'll
We can't
see.
do anything about it now.
That's true. We are in
We'll
the
wait
middle of
and
it.
see.
Maxwell's in custody.
Yeah. Didn't she already do her court case?
She's gonna have her bail hearing pretty soon.
Yep.
I think
Okay.
that'll be the first of it, and then after that, we'll get like an actual court
We
case.
shall see.
Well, we'll see if it even
Stay tuned
happens.
on that.
Stay tuned.
This has been the trailer take. Thank you for listening, and we're out.